So I'm going to introduce you to someone who is part of that future of Immunotec. So exciting to have met this man. So excited that he is part of Immunotec. He's leading the way for all of us in North America into the future of what network marketing is. He comes to us with not just experience in the field of health, but also in business, but experience in network marketing. And that's so key to the future success of Immunotec. So please, let's give a warm digital welcome to our new, well, not so new anymore. I think that we've really given him a chance to jump into Immunotec, but our Vice President of North America, Sharif Sayed.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you, everybody. And just so you guys know, we have an amazing all-star team here. Linda actually comes with 20 years of experience in direct sales. So we're lucky to have her. She leads what I call Central region. I think you call it West region. Is that right, Sarah? Excuse me, Linda.
Yes, that's right, Sharif.
So we have an all-star team. Alberto's here today as well, representing all of us here at Immunotec. So we have Linda, we have Alberto controlling everything. And so he has also close, or if not more than 20 years of experience. So again, it's an honor to be a part of this team. I'm not so new anymore, but every day I'm seeing greater and greater things with Immunotec and exactly understanding from a deep level what we have our hands on. And so what we have today for all of you, and by the way, we're also live on Facebook in our private consultant group, our North America group as well. So shout out to everybody that's watching on Facebook. Put where you're from in the chat box. Let us know if you're watching live, or let us know if you're watching the replay, because that's very important to us. So if you can do that, if you're watching on Facebook, or as you can see in the comments or the post, that there's a link directly into the Zoom room. So if you want to join us, click that Zoom and link, and you can join us here live as well. But today we're going to focus on one thing. We're going to focus on we're going to be very focused on the new digital app that we launched. If you were on the launch last week, you know that we actually talked about how we're going to enhance the customer experience for the customers that you introduced Immunotec to. We have two different parts to that. We have the Living Better Rewards program that's going to launch later this month. Keep your eyes and ears open. But then we also put in everybody's hands last week the app. The business app. And so we're going to focus on that portion of today so that we can deep dive into what it could do for you. We're loving the stories. We're loving what it's doing for our consultants and how they're able to connect and communicate with not only just their team, but to new people as well, because we know that's important. Love where everybody's from. I see that Paul is from New Jersey, excuse me. We have Marvell from Florida. Judy, I talked to you yesterday from Calgary. Foster from Toronto, loving everybody in the house today. And we have Cheryl from Los Angeles. Let us know where you're from, because as you guys know, I'm not technically new anymore, but I haven't done the most important thing, and that is get to meet all of you in person. So I see your names, it's starting to become familiar, but I definitely want to get to know you guys more. Greg and Lamana is from Las Vegas. Okay, we have a really great group here, and we have Boston with Calvin. Okay, so let me go ahead and share my screen. Please have your questions ready, and we're going to try to monitor both the chat box in Facebook and here on Zoom, and we're going to try to answer it as we go. So just go ahead and share, write your questions. We're going to try to keep this at a minimum, and then we're going to get into questions, a Q&A session. So with that said, our mobile app is here. Our mobile app is ready for you to download. If you haven't downloaded it yet and you want to know how to download that app, it's going to be in your store as if you were going to download any app on your phone. So whether you have an Android and you go to Google Play, or if you have an Apple and you're going to go to Apple Store, you're going to search it the same way. And that is, you're going to search Immunotec. When you search Immunotec, you're going to see this. At the top right of your screen, you see the logo that says Immunotec. That's what you're looking for. It's going to be, if not the first option, it should be the second option. You click to download this app. It's free to all of you. That's an important point today, is that companies choose whether they want to charge their consultants for the app or not. And thanks to Mauricio, Brant, Roberto, our CEO, our CFO, our COO, they decided let's make this free and put this in your hands because we know it's important to have an opportunity that has as low of a cost of barrier to get in and to share with your community. So thanks to our leaders at the corporate office. This app does more than just sample, because I know that that's a portion of, or the most exciting part of this, because it's new. It's something that we haven't not offered. I know for the people that have been here for a while, once upon a time, many, many years ago, we did try a sampling strategy. However, this sampling strategy comes with some cool technology to help you follow up, and I'm going to deep dive into that in a second. And it also is ready in English, Spanish, and in French as well. So regardless of whether you speak English and you want to share with someone that speaks Spanish, or if you speak French and you want to share with someone that speaks English, you have the capabilities of going back and forth towards any of those materials, so that it's not just about what language you speak. Because remember, the app is for you to download, but the app is not for you necessarily, right? It's for you to be able to connect better. And so again, the app comes loaded with a ton of content, whether it's in English, French, or Spanish. Here's the key thing to know when it comes to the language that it starts off with, at least with the language that when it comes from a settings perspective. The language that the app is in for the user, for the one that downloads it, will be automatically configured to the settings of your phone. So if I know that this is an English meeting, but I know you have a ton of teammates that either speak Spanish or they speak French. So if the setting of their phone is already in French, when they download it, it will already be in French, or again, with Spanish and English as well. So that's a cool feature. Let's talk about in a little bit more detail the samples that we're offering. And Linda, at any point, if you see a question, I don't mind any interruptions, because this is more about us huddling up today on a Saturday and getting our questions answered rather than hearing Sherry speak.
Absolutely, Sherry.
So you see two different samples that we're offering. You see one that's available now, and then one that's going to be coming soon in November. I'm excited about the one that's coming in November, but let's focus on what's available now, today. And that is a 5-day supply of Immunocal regular and a 5-day supply of Booster Reds and Greens. It comes with the cup. It comes with the brochure. In the brochure, it has instructions on how to shake it correctly, as well as the benefits of each product. Inside that, on the side of that shipper box that you see, there's a QR code. If they scan that code, it's going to take them to the video on how to mix it properly. We know that that's one of the most important parts of this product, right? We know that if you shake it correctly, you're going to have an amazing experience. If you do not shake it up correctly, or you don't know how to, you're going to have less than an excellent experience. So part of the commitment that we all need to make when we decide to send a sample is to commit to excellent follow-up. The app will have already a follow-up system that's very simple for you, that allows you to send a sample, almost kind of forget about it, and the app will notify you when it's time to follow up at key moments in the stage. And yes, you heard that correctly. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and share a slide with you that you can see right now that I hid, but I actually want to open it up. This is technically for people that are this is more of a technical type slide, by the way, but I think it's really important for you to understand. I'm not trying to ask you to follow the arrows. I just want you to know what I mean by follow-up system. If you see the one that's connected to the prospect, if you see my cursor, the one when you send the sample, when it ships, you, the person that sent the sample, will get a notification where you can either send them an email or send them a text message. In that email or text message will be a pre-suggested message with a link that is key to the moment of follow-up. And then again, when the sample arrives, or when it should have arrived, you'll get another notification saying the prospect has the sample has delivered. And then you'll go through the app and you'll see that there's another opportunity to send another message with another video or a text message. And then it will remind you, okay, now it's been 3 days after the sample has arrived. They should have tried it. They should be 3 days into it. Now it's going to tell you, hey, call them, make a personal connection, and even ask for the cell. And there's a script to it, but again, it's more about you being personable and being and personalizing the message to your friend or the person that you're sharing this with. And then again, 7 days, ask again. It's because we know that making a connection is important in this business, but if you're not willing to follow up, then making the connection itself, if they don't say yes at that initial connection, if you don't follow up, then what was the point of even making the connection, right? It's so important to follow up. So,
Sharif,
yes.
I think something key about that too is that sometimes when you just text someone a video, you don't have a way of knowing if they've seen it. You know, you send the text and it just goes out into like text heaven, but you don't know, did they even watch the video that you sent them? But with this app, that's different.
That's exactly right. And that part is one of the new features to the app. When you send when you send any document, you don't have to send a sample. When you go into the app and you send any video to anybody, when they click on the video, it will let you know at that moment immediately that they're viewing the video. In fact, if they were to complete the video, so watch the entire video, it will send you another notification letting you know that they watched the entire video. And that's a really unique part because we need data, you need data on whether we're sending the right video. So not only is Linda correct, are you getting feedback on whether they're viewing what you sent them? You might get feedback, you will get feedback on whether they completed the entire video. And if they do so, then you know that video was enough to keep their attention. It was the right video you sent. Or from the corporate side, we know people are dropping off after 10, 15 seconds. Let's create a different opening that captures their attention even stronger so that they complete the video. Or we know that the back end of that video is the most important part. Let's put it to the front of the video so at least they're getting the most important part. So a lot of data, a lot of great things that we're going to be able to pivot and get better for you continuously. So we're really excited about this technology. I want to show a demo, but before we go into demo, I want to maybe take a poll. How many people have downloaded the app? Could you either put in the chat box or whatever you want to put, maybe just a Y if you've already downloaded the app. That's one question that I would love to know from here. Judy says yes. Joyce, this is awesome. Let me go to the chat right now as well.
We have a lot of yeses.
Good. See, we have thank you everybody for giving this Saturday to us. All right, I think I see your screen, Linda. I'm not sure.
No, that's not my screen.
Not my screen either, but beautiful roses. So
let me see if I can figure this out.
No, it's all good. So I'm getting some yeses. And if anybody doesn't know how to, again, just go into in your app, your Apple Store or Google Play, just search Immunotec to download it as well. Any questions that we have so far? Let me see if I missed anything.
There's a question. Do you get a notification if they do not finish the video?
It's not necessarily a notification if they don't. You can actually go back to your notifications and it'll tell you when they if they watched, how many seconds of the video that they watched. So I think this would probably be a really good time to show the demo so I can show you what I mean. All right, so I'm actually going to, let's see what's going on. I thought I'm sharing my screen. Let's see. Try that again.
So good to see a lot of people that have downloaded this app.
There we go. All right, so I'm gonna start right at the moment of sign-in, just so everybody knows how to sign in. You would put your ID number and then log in. I'm using a test account just so that everybody knows. Again, all of this would be in English or Spanish or French, depending on the settings of your phone. So of course mine's in English, so I'm reading everything in English. So again, if you go to your media section is where you're going to find all the most important information. If you know there's something in our library in the back office that has been so critical to your success, and it's a video or a document that you know you want in this app, please let us know. We're not trying to keep anything out of this app. What we're trying to do is keep it very focused with the most important material that you need to share. So again, we went with the things that are mostly clicked, mostly used, mostly shared. That's the data that we used. But if you know there's something that's critical to your success, please let us know. You can even let us know right now in the chat box. Hey, Dad's calling me. I'll have to call him back. This is live, everybody. As you know, it's October. Yesterday was October 1st. We had the promotion already loaded in the app. So one benefit of having the app is that you know that on October 1st, you can go to your app and you'll have the promotion. We're very singular focused right now on what we're offering as a promotion so that you're focused on what you're offering as well. But again, keep your eyes and ears open. Later this month as well, we're going to have an event where we're going to talk deeper about the Living Better Rewards program, and you're going to see some pretty cool promotions for your customers then as well. So a little bit of heads up to everybody. Now, your notifications, you'll always find it at the bottom right part of your screen. It's where the bell is, and you see 8 notifications that at least that I have. And here's one where it says video is being viewed. That was a notification that I got that person was viewing the video. And as of right now, a lot of them have been tested. So I view it and then I back out of it right away. But I don't have any examples of someone viewing the entire one yet, but you would get another notification that said that they viewed the entire video. I'll find out exactly more information on what triggers that. For example, let's say at the very end of the video, there's like a 5 or 2 second runoff where the video is actually ended, but it's like 2 more seconds. If they were to leave that video at that moment, would it trigger that they viewed it all? I'll find out, and we'll all learn as we go. So just stay connected, stay plugged in. We'll find out more information as we go about the little tiny details as well. But here's where you would go for your alerts, and you'll at least know that they viewed the video or the document that you sent them. You know, I would love to show examples of what this can do, but I'm wondering, is there any questions that I can actually address those specifically? Because I know that now that I know that many of the audience has downloaded the app, I'm wondering if there's any specific questions. So Calvin says, I don't see the new ISP video. So I'll show you exactly where that is, Calvin. So on the media, if you go to media and you scroll down in this section right here, how Living Better started is what it's titled. It has, and and it's the Wellness Revolution video. So I think we'll probably need to, what we want 2 things here. We know that the Wellness Revolution is something that you're going to hear us talk about much more. And we invite all of you to be a part of that. In fact, it's kind of the opposite. You all have been the pioneers of the Wellness Revolution, and we're now creating material that matches what you've been doing all these years already. So we all together are going to go on this global wellness revolution launch, where we want everybody to know about Immunocal or other products that helps the body do what it does best, and that innately takes care of itself if it has a strong immune system. ISP is a new is the process that is patented that will help us redefine and reiterate and educate people on exactly why our products are different, especially we're talking about Immunocal. And I'm going blank right now, but ISP stands for, and Linda, help me out because I'm going a little blank right now. I should but it's the immunity strengthening protocol. Excuse me, I kind of went a little blank there for a second, but it's the immunity strengthening protocol. It's or immune system protocol is what Marvel said, but it's specifically the immune strengthening protocol. So it is our North Star. It's what we are going to continue to be dedicated to when it comes to how we innovate. We're not talking about Immunocal necessarily. It's what it went into what created Immunocal, but we're also talking about any other products that we want to enhance and put on the table for you to be able to share with your friends and your family. And so this is the video that you were talking about, Calvin. I'm going to look and see if there's any other questions.
There is a question from Duncan. Can you track your text conversations with customers outside of the templates in the system? So I think maybe what he's asking.
So if I was to send, go ahead, Linda, I think I interrupted you.
Sorry?
I thought I interrupted you, but so the question is can I track basically the conversation that I'm having with somebody? Is that correct?
Yes, he says outside of the templates in the system. So when you send a text message through the system, through the app, it actually shows up in your phone. Like it's coming from your phone. I'm thinking that's what you're asking, Duncan. So like if Sharif sends me as a prospect a message or a video or anything like that through the app, I'm going to see it on my phone and it's going to show like it's coming from Sharif. It's not coming from the app. Same for Sharif. He's going to see the message as if he were texting me directly through his phone, even though everything's running through the app.
That's right. Here's where you'll see the history and check it out, everybody. I realize that this is where you'll find out how much of the video they viewed. So in this one example, I sent the Discover Immunotec video to my friend, and I see, if you can see, I'm not sure if it's too small on your screen, but I see that on that date, at that time, they viewed 93% of that video. And I don't know if this answers the question that was just asked, but this is the history of everything that you've done. And if you need to add something to it, if you want to add notes, you can always do that. You'll have options to pick from if you had a three-way call with this prospect, so that if you just need to make sure that you remember either the notes of something important that person said, that's where you'll find the history. And so I hope that answers the question of what was asked, and you can go to any of these to see the history. This one's a little bit longer history. They can see they clicked the button, they can see what you sent them, if they watched the video, if they opened a document, you'll be able to view that there.
Duncan said that answers his question.
Great. Any questions in the Facebook group by chance? Don't want to leave them out.
I'll check.
Awesome. JS Shipman, because it's an app, I can't. I tried already. I can't make it bigger on the app. But if so, for the ones that can't see on their device, what it's showing is really just like a play-by-play of everything I've sent that person, everything that they clicked on, how much of the video that they've watched. You'll find that under prospects. So if I go back to the home button, you see the bar at the very bottom. You see a house, a box, media type pictures, and then like two people close to each other. That means prospect. So if you click on prospect, anybody that you ever sent anybody will be here. So you can see everything that you've ever sent. John Solider, I've sent him stuff through this, and I can see everything. So the video that I sent him on Immunotec Booster Reds and Greens, he watched 100% of it. I can see everything. He viewed the PDF file that I sent them on that was check out the consultant price list. So I know that you all, I sent them another video that he only watched 10% of. So I know exactly what has happened. And you know, I wouldn't suggest anybody to call this person to say, hey, I just want to let you know that you've done this at this time on these dates. I don't think that would be the best way to do it. I think it's more about it helps the framework of how you want to approach that situation, right? It's not necessarily about you letting that person know, unless if that person is a prospect for becoming a consultant and you think that would impress them and that's what they're looking for when it comes to joining a business, then you can let them know it's a great feature that will be a part of your business tool if you were to sign up. So unless if it's used for that reason, I think it's great. But if you're just going through the follow-up system and you want to just make sure you do a great job on letting this person know what the opportunity is from a product perspective or a business perspective, this will help frame that for you as you make that connection. I see a question about how do you purchase credits? Great question, Shirley, thank you. So I'll show that now. After you download the app, when you go to the sample section, you see that I have 16 credits remaining. Every credit costs $5, and we sell credits in bundles of 4 or 8. And where you would go to purchase those credits is really in your back office. You would go directly to your back office, log in, you would go to your shop button and go to sales aids, and it's listed there on the US shopping cart. If you were in your app and you saw 0 and you're like, okay, purchase credits, that's actually a button. You click purchase credits and it will directly link you to go to your back office. Oops, I accidentally stopped sharing. Let me get back into that. Where are you, Zoom? Let me get back. One moment, please. Broadcast. So remember where I was. I clicked purchase credits, and now I go to my back office, and it just directly links you to immunotec.com for you to sign in. And I'm going to sign in using the test account. And my password. And again, I'm using a mobile device. And I would click on what we call the hamburger option menu. The drop down comes, I click shop, I scroll down to sales aids, and I see a 4-pack and an 8-pack. And you'll just go through the checkout process as you normally would. So you just purchase it, and a few minutes later, you refresh your app and you'll see the amount of credits you purchased within your app. Now, I'm curious, I know we have Judy from Canada, Foster's from Canada. Is anybody else from Canada here? I want to make sure that it's a little bit different on where to find it. And I think most of you know this by now, but if you live in Canada or if you have a Canada login, then you're going to be, when you log in, you're going to be just standard. You're on the Canada, what we call website, if you will. And you'll notice that when you're on the Canada website and you go to sales aids, it's not listed there. You click on sales aids and you won't see it there. That's because as of now, we're going to get it there. Don't worry, we're going to get it there. But right now, samples, remember, samples can only be sent to a prospect that lives in the United States. So right now, it's only on the US shopping cart, which is okay. You can just switch your settings. So all you would do is just switch to United States. Even though you logged in from a Canada market login, you can still switch it. And then you'll notice that at that moment, you will then have the credits to purchase. And you purchase it and go through the process as you normally would. I hope that answered that question. And then moments later, you'll see it in your app. Let's see if there's any
I
questions.
don't see any questions in Facebook. Not yet. A lot of viewers. No questions coming up yet. I think one of the comments that we got was how helpful it is to see the history on the interaction with the customer. You know, what has been sent, what they've viewed, that's key to how they're going to follow up. So I can't remember who it was that mentioned that, but it is great feedback.
Definitely. Yeah, we have Canada represented very well here. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you know why we have our Canadian family members here? Let's go to the media side and let's switch our settings. So at the very top right, you see United States English. So you click just that general area right there, switch it to Canada, switch English to French if you want to, or you can keep it English if you want to, and then you click apply, and you'll see your media will change. One of the things that you'll have that the US does not have is your Thanksgiving Day promo. So happy Thanksgiving to all of our northern neighbors. You have a promo that will support you as well if you would like to share it with your friends, your family. And so that's for you. That's unique and special for you, everybody.
That's a really cool feature that you know, everyone can see promotions there, because I think, you know, having it as easy as it is to get through the back office, sometimes having to dig for that can be a bit, you know, it's very administrative, but there you can go to your app and right there you can find the promotion. So you know exactly what you could be sharing with with the prospect.
Exactly. And then for all of us here in the United States, this is a great chance to reach out to maybe that friend, that family member that you've always wanted to reach out to, or maybe it's your second time reaching out to them. At the very end of at the very end of it, you can let them know that Thanksgiving Day is coming up for them and that you just want to say Happy Thanksgiving, and then let them know that this is available to them if they would like it. So just a unique way to reach out to people, be relevant, and connect with them as well. If you want to
Liz has a question. Is this app for consultants only? And yes, so when Sharif showed at the beginning, when you log in, you do need to be a consultant to have that login information. And that's because this is for you. It's a tool for you to follow up with potential customers or consultants. So it's not for everyone. It's just for those that are engaged with Immunotec as a consultant.
That's exactly right, Linda. And, you know, if I may, I want to speak to that for just a second. The app, yes, it's just for consultants. The app can do much more, though. We are going to wait and see how you guys use it, how you adopt it. And if it becomes something that you guys show that you want and you need, we have capabilities to do so much more with this app. But again, we want to be sure that we're offering you something that is useful for you, that you find is beneficial for you. Can it one day turn into an app where you can shop, manage your auto ship, your customers can shop, manage their auto ship, check their orders, tracking their shipping all through the app? yes, it can turn into all of that. However, as you could imagine, that's pretty risky if we don't know if you're going to use it, because now you're changing the way people shop with you. Forget about how they shop with Immunotech. How they shop with you is very important. And if people don't use it, but we change the way people shop, I think we can all see how risky that is. So step one, and Linda and I are both, and I know Alberto's here, all three of us are very, very focused, as well as the rest of the internal team, is just focus on people using this app. One of the best ways for any of you to get more enhanced features with this app is for you to also join us with helping others adopt this into their system of how they share materials and samples with people. Because if we see that happen more, then this app will get more as well. So we invite all of you to reach out to consultants that are currently building the business, was once building the business, let them know that there's a new tool and get them to download it and just send at least one media file to a prospect. In fact, that's our challenge this month, is to see how many people we can help encourage to download the app and send either one of these videos that you see on your screen right now, or a sample, either or, to a prospect. That's what we're focused on. We're not focused on anything else other than the fact we want as many people as we possibly can to download the app and send at least one material by the end of the month to someone that they know that they want to introduce Immunotec to. And Linda, if you have anything to add to that, please do.
Someone in Facebook asked, is this available right now in Canada? The app is available anywhere that Immunotec is operating. The app is available to all consultants. But I think, it's a tool. Is it everything that you need? No. The most important part of Immunotec is you, the consultant. You're the one that makes things happen. But this is a tool that's very valuable. In today's times, it's important that people have this connection. And this is just one way. But research shows that when people get a sample, for example, they're more likely to purchase. And so you have the option. I don't know, because I was looking at Facebook, Sharif, I don't know if you went through the different type of sample, but it's important to know that when you let someone sample the product, they are more likely to purchase. And so this is just an easy way for you to do that, to reach out to someone. And it's a very professional way. If you have all the perfect words, or it's someone that you're already familiar with and you want to modify the text, that's fine. But this actually makes it easy, where you could just share a video or a sample with someone and not even have to worry about the text, because it's very professionally written. And so it can make it easy for you to do so.
That's right. That well said. And I do think that we all understand exactly what Linda just said. We want you to be able to make the best connection you possibly can. We know that there's nothing in this world that can replace you. So lead with that always. If you need the app, and after you've made the connection personally and you want to send them a video that follows up and reiterates what you said to that person, then why not send it through the app so that you get the tracking that you need? Now, at the end of the day, if you don't want to send it through the app, that's fine. If it's already saved on your phone, that's fine. But again, why not get the extra information from the app by sending it through the app? And so again, use the power of you first and that relationship. And this technology is just going to help you better with making that connection, following up in a timely manner. There's something that I want to address that I got a really great reminder, and that is the login. So right now, so I'm going to log back out. We are experiencing, and this is just really honestly, it's just normal through technology when you do data transfer. And right now, if the username has to be your number, and as of right now, it needs to be 6 digits. So I know some people only have 4 numbers. And if you do, let's say, for example, your ID number was 1234, then you would need to add 2 zeros at the very beginning. So if you are having issues with login right now, then add 2 zeros at the very beginning, and then place your password. Let's, again, it needs to be at least 6 digits. What if your number was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Well, then at the very beginning, just add 1 0 and then log in. This is not an issue that's going to be for long. We're thinking Monday or Tuesday, this will be corrected where you won't have to worry about any zeros whatsoever. However, if you are one that's having an issue logging in, and you know you're putting the right number in, but it's 4 digits or only 5 digits, add 1 0 or 2 zeros at the very beginning, place your password, and then log in. If that doesn't work, please reach out to me, Linda, Alberto, any of the RSMs, or JC, and we'll help you get access immediately. But thank you for that reminder. I appreciate that. And then I got another question from Sue. Sue is asking if this recording will be available to watch again. So because we're live right now in Facebook, Sue, so if you're a member of our Facebook group, this is going to be there. It's going to live there. So that's one place you'll find this exact recording. Or we also have another training recording without all the questions that's going to be launching next week as well. So you'll have you're going to get enough of me next week. So you'll have this is being broadcast live as we speak on Facebook. So just go back to the post and you can watch this one specifically and entirely, or there'll be another one that's shorter, and it's a recording that we're going to launch soon as well.
The question is, what if your ID has 7 digits? So the newer ID numbers that are longer, you won't require a 0.
Yeah, if your ID number is already 6 digits or more, then you won't need to place any zeros because it's already 6 or 7 digits. Did I say that correctly, Linda? You might have a better way to explain it. Okay.
Yes. And so I'm going to put a little plug. If you are not a member, and I put in the chat, if you're not a member of our closed Facebook group, Immunotec Family NAM, NAM, then I invite you, this is a good time for you to request to join. All of the trainings such as this one, recognition, promotions, all of that gets put into that private Facebook group. All you need to do to request to join is answer the 3 questions because it's only for consultants. But that is a wonderful place. It's a wonderful source to find out what's new, what's happening, what's going on in Immunotec. So this is live right now in that closed Facebook group, like Sharif said.
Exactly. So another question from Jacoba, does it have to be a minimum of 6 characters or could it be more? It can be more. So if your standard, if your login number is 6 or more digits, then you don't need to worry about any zeros whatsoever. Just use your login number as it is. Don't worry about doing anything else, and your password as it is, and you'll have access. What I was talking about only applies to people that have 5 or 4 digit ID numbers. So hopefully that answered that question. I got another question from Dean. Dean's question is, I can't find how to look up or send promotions. What am I missing? So you'll go to your media section. So there's 2 ways to get to your media. For me, it's on my front page, right? So I can hit go there. At the very, very bottom, the play button is also my media section as well. It takes me to the same place. You'll scroll down until you see the category that is promotions. So monthly promotions and price list. You would go to that section right there. And then you have the option of the arrow that points to the right or the square that is a plus sign. Anywhere you see the square with the plus sign, that means that you want to post it on social media. Anywhere that you see the arrow that points to the right, that means you want to directly send it to somebody. And then you will follow the steps after that. So if you want to directly send it to somebody, if they're already an existing prospect, you'll find them there. If you need to add them, you can either go to your contact list or you can plug them in directly here. And so if I wanted to send it to somebody, you would obviously need to know their phone number. If you want to text it to them, you're going to need their email if you want to email it to them. And then you add them to your prospects, you hit text message. Every time you log in, you'll get this statement once after you hit yes, understand. And then it comes with an already pre-populated message with the name of the person already pre-populated as well. You don't need to go with this message. You can change it to whatever you want. If you're going to change it though, do not erase the link. Keep the link, but you can erase everything else. So I'm going to click, I'm going to send it, and now I sent it to that person. Now I'm going to act like as if I was Dean and I got the message. Let me erase that message that I had there. So Dean has got this message, so now I'm acting like I'm Dean. He sees the message, he clicks the link, and now he sees, okay, here's what it is, and then they can go directly, Dean can go directly to my website by clicking go directly to my website, and watch what happens when he does. Me, Sharif, that sent Dean a message, and now Dean is on my website. I see that he's on my website now. I got a notification. So again, reasons why it's beneficial to send material through the app, because if you don't send it through the app, you wouldn't get this notification. So Dean, I hope I answered your question there.
Dean
Yes.
said yes.
Awesome. So as you can see, the app comes with quite a bit of functionality. To me, it's very powerful, but also at the same time, it's also very focused too. It's very focused on prospecting and communicating with those prospects, and it's very focused on following up as well. We know those are, if you were to bring a new consultant into your business today, and they came with a lot of talent or a lot of information, a lot of knowledge, I think at the very end of the day, what you would hope for the most is that they understand the importance of making a connection with a new person and following up with that person. If you had to boil everything down to what you would say is the perfect consultant, is, I think we would all agree, is that yes, I want them to know about the company, the history of the company, the products, the importance. Of course, I want them to take the products, but nothing's more important to that person's success, because that's what this is about, than that person understanding, okay, I need to contact people, let them know what I have my hands on, how I'm feeling, why this opportunity is amazing as well. Not only the products are amazing, but the opportunity is amazing. You would want that to be what they go into action right away, right? And the app is designed to help you and your team to do that.
I think that's very key. You know, one thing to keep in mind, if you're looking for those millennials, generation Y, generation, even generation Z, because they are of age to join Immunotec, they are very digital minded. I think that this is a good tool to use with that group to really get them familiar with it. I did a presentation day before yesterday with a group of young people, and they were so fascinated by the app. This is something that's normal to them. They've never been without a phone. They had a phone in their cradle. So, you know, this is a tool that they can really wrap their head around. So if you are talking to that generation, keep this in mind. They will probably embrace it wholeheartedly. But for everyone else, follow up is key. If you just went down the street where you live and you dropped off samples at every house and you never followed up with anyone, what would happen? Probably nothing. And so it's so important that you think this through as you're sending these samples. If you're investing the time to send a sample to someone, that's why you get the reminders in the app. Follow up is key. People are interested in their health, and you know, the statistics on health and wellness right now, it's the bigger segment of the network marketing industry. It leads the way. And so we're blessed to be in that. But follow up is key, letting them know, hey, I'm here. Do you have any questions? I sent you a sample. You follow up, you want to make sure, did they shake it right? Did they follow the instructions? Did they use that QR code? So follow up is key to, this is an introduction. It's a foot in the door, but follow up with them is very key to success.
That's right. That's absolutely right. And that's what we're focused on here. We're focused on a tool that helps you do that better and on time, because we know that many of this is a relationship business, if not all of it. And a lot of times purchases are made through helping someone get to that emotional state of, yes, this is something I need in my life for me, my family, and I'm ready to purchase now. And so we know that being able to capture the moment and capture the moment at the exact moment that they're ready to make that purchase is key. So with that said, I know that we're getting to close to time. We want to make sure that we respect everybody's time. I want to make sure that before we even drop off, that everybody knows that we're so appreciative of you giving up an hour of your time on Saturday. We know that the weather for the most part across the nation is amazing. So this is very important to us, and we know this is important to you as well. So let us know if you have any more questions before I turn it over back to Linda to close down the meeting today.
We do have a question about the sample credit. So I don't know if you're able to show that. Again, there's the question about when you send one sample, how many credits is that? Does it contain, how many of the Immunocal packets does it have? So we're going to show you in just a bit. So that one sample is actually a 5-day supply. There's another sample that will be an option in the future, but for now, it's the Immunocal and the reds and greens, and that's a 5-day supply.
That's right. So let's say you want to send a sample that you want to pay for. And as of right now, the only option right now that we have is the Immunocal 5-day supply and reds and greens as well. So again, where I went to was, you see that you have really two options. You have offer a sample or send a sample. So if you want to send a sample and you know their information, you know their address, you know their email, you know their phone number, you have everything you need to send a package, because that's what you're about to do, then you send a sample, and again, that you want to pay for, you will see that as we offer more and more samples, you'll see all the options of different samples that you can send. Immunocal plus red and green costs you 2 credits, as you can see right there on your screen. 2 credits is what this costs you. And for me right now, I have 16 credits remaining. So I have enough credits at this moment to send the sample. Now, for all of you, because you are business builders, each credit costs you $5. So if you're sending 2 credits, then that's going to cost you $10. So be very mindful of who you're going to send this to, because we want you to validate that they're going to actually value this sample that you're about to send to them. If you don't know whether they're going to value it or not, then do not send the sample. Make sure that they have validated that they want you to send the sample. So if you wanted to do that, you just go through the process, fill out the information or if they're existing already, and then hit send. But if you don't know and you want to validate that they want to try the sample first, you're like, I don't know if I want to spend $10. I just met them. They seemed interested, but I've met someone that I thought was interested in the past too, and they really weren't. And I don't want to just waste $10. Please don't waste $10. Offer a sample is how you validate whether they're going to value the sample. So click on that button instead, where you can send a sample and then they will validate whether they want it. The one on the top says offer a sample that you are going to pay for with your credits, but you're not going to send it to them until they validated that they want the sample. So again, I'll go through the process. I will click on that arrow button that means send. I'm going to send it, in this example, I'm going to send it to Dean Gibson again. I'm going to text it to Dean. What I'm doing is just piquing interest. I'm not sending a sample. I'm just sending Dean a video and asking, does he want a sample? And again, make this very personable. So it says, hi, Dean, I know you care about your health. That's why I'm excited to share a sample of Immunotec and booster reds and greens. And if I want to add something to it, I can say, if you're interested, please fill out the form in the link, and I'll send you a sample that I will pay for. I normally don't offer to pay for it, but you're important. And I'm like, okay, I think this is too long, so I'm going to go ahead and maybe cut this down a little bit. You know, I probably wouldn't cut this down, but this is what, if I want to send it, then you can see that I'm thinking about, okay, how can I make this personable? And then I hit send. And again, all I'm doing right now is sending him that video and seeing if he really wants it. If he tells me he wants it by giving me information that I currently don't have, then you can say, yes, it's worth it. I'm going to spend $10. So let's act like Dean now. Okay, Dean got the text message and he clicks on it and he sees the video. He watches the video. He says he loves the video. He loves what he sees. And then he scrolls down and clicks get my free sample. And then what Dean is going to do is going to provide you the information. So he's going to validate his own address. You don't have to ask. He's going to validate his city, his zip code, and everything else. And when he does that, he'll say, get my free sample. And then Dean gets a message that says he sends it. He sent me that he wants it. I get a notification that he wants it. And I'm like, okay, he's validating that he wants it. I think it's worth it for me to pay for it now. And then I see his information and I hit send. And if I hit send, it would send. And this is a live app. It would actually send. That's if you still want to pay for it. Now, the last thing I would say is this. Linda, am I okay on time?
Yes.
Offer a sample again, like I just showed you the top one, if you're going to pay for the credit. But if you want to validate and you want them to pay for it, you can do that as well. You would just hit the one on the bottom, offer a sample that they are going to pay for themselves. So then you hit the arrow button. I'm just going to use the same example again, Dean. I'm going to send them a text message. I'm going to change this if I want to. This is the most important day, Phil, or excited for you to get started. And I send it to Dean. Now, let's see what the difference is between whether I pay for it with credits or now I'm sending him something that he's going to pay for himself. Would you agree that if Dean purchases it, that's validating it? That means that, okay, he wants it enough that he's actually going to buy it. So let's go to that text message. I'm acting like I'm Dean. He reads my message. He clicks the link. He goes and watches the video. He likes the video. He likes what he sees. He likes what he reads. He says, get my sample. And notice the difference now. He's now on just my replicated site. He's on my website. He's shopping. And it's going to take him through a flow where his only option is to buy the sample. He can't get lost anywhere else. We want to keep it very focused. And again, whether he fills out a form because I want to pay for it, that's one way to validate he wants it and he's going to value the sample. If I send him a link for him to pay for it and he buys it, he spent his own money. Of course, that's validating that he wants the sample. So I'm hoping that answered that question on the samples, on how much it costs, what they get, how to send it, for whether you're going to pay for it and you know who you're going to send it to, or if you want to validate whether they really want the sample first.
We are at 12:01. There are a few other questions. I can put my email in the group chat if people want to reach out, because I think that questions are going to continue to come up because we're here for you guys. I mean, the app is important, but we need to make sure that you understand how to use it and that you get all your questions answered. if we see a big number of people downloading it, but you're not using it, that tells me there's two reasons why people don't do something: because they don't know how, or because they don't want to. We don't want it to be because you don't know how. So we definitely want to make ourselves available. I'll go ahead and put my email in the group chat, and that will be the easiest way for me to get your questions, find the answer, get back to you. And like Sharif said, there will be another video being featured next week. Again, join the Immunotec Family NAM group so that you can get access to that.
Do you mind if I answer quickly the question?
Absolutely. Go
So
right ahead.
one of the questions is, can you track phone calls through the app? So you can just go to the prospect listing. You'll see an option to either text or call them. When you call them by clicking that button, then you'll know that it will track it in your history. So because you use the app to make the call, the call is the same. It's not going to be like a different type of call that they receive. They're going to see the call normally as if you were just calling them, but the phone will track it. So the answer to that question is yes. Can you send the sample to 2 different people with the same address? Des, great question. As of right now, we're still working on that. There's 2 restrictions on samples. Well, really 3. For now, you can only send it to somebody in the US. You can only send it to somebody one time, one sample, one time, which is kind of so I guess there's two restrictions. And the reason why we have only 1 to 1 address is to protect anybody that might want to order more, and then they could have ordered a full unit from you, like the whole order, and then you're not getting compensated for that. So that's why we have that protection. But as we understand more of how you guys are going to use samples and send it, and you're going to send it to maybe a couple or 2 people in the household that want to try their own samples, you'll see us start to release some of that, or allow that, or adjust that restriction so that you can send 2. As of right now, you can send 1 sample to 1 person per address in the US. What about shipping and handling? It's $10 flat. $10 includes the shipping, includes the handling, includes all the items in it. If they're going to pay for it, then there will be tax applied if it's applicable in their county or state in the United States. Like if I was to buy it here in Texas, it's 8.25%. So I would pay $10.82 to get. So I think you would agree it's an amazing deal. So we were able to keep the shipping and handling down.
What is the projection for other countries, especially Colombia? What are we going to do with it here? That's my question. You know, we are the market that's having the privilege to take this baby and run with it. So, you know, we need to master it here. We need to get it to where it does everything we want it to do. And then we are the pilot, right? So we'll see where it goes next. But let's focus on what we're going to do with it here.
Right.
Though it doesn't matter what country you're in, like Sharif said earlier, you can send videos and you can send messaging to people in other countries, and people in other countries can send samples to people in the United States. So if you are in Mexico and you want to send a sample to a prospect in the US, you can do that.
Great. Let me see what I've missed. So Peter's asking if it auto detects the country of the prospect. Remember, you're inputting the prospect. So the prospect in this case is not coming to your website. In this case, you are inputting. But if you were to send a sample, as of right now, because we're only sending samples to the US, like if they were to purchase that, the only way to purchase that is through the US shopping cart. So it's restricted to just that. As we release to other countries that we're in, it would then auto detect. But because we can only send it in the US, it's only a US checkout process. Are the credits available immediately after purchasing them? It takes maybe just, my experience was it was about 2 minutes before so I purchased it, 2 minutes later it was in my app. So it's nearly immediate. Will the purchase show in your back office? Yes, the purchase will show in your back office. Since the research was done, 2 batches. Great question, Dez's question is why are we sending 5? Why didn't, like, if it's a 5-day supply, why didn't we send 10? In other words, are we able to send 10 pouches instead of 5? Yeah. So we're trying to keep the cost down. So this came down to a cost. As we learn more about how we're able to distribute this and keep it at a price range where it's affordable for you and very affordable for the prospect, that is why it's 5. So we have to adjust so we have to adjust what 5 does. Are we expecting in 5 days for a person to feel the effects of Immunocal? This is where Linda was talking about the power of you. It's so important for you to let them know that the most important thing is that we make sure that they shake it correctly. Also, we need you to share personal stories of what it's done for you and other people. What I've heard already is that, hey, some people that I've shared Immunocal with have felt the energy and the effects after 2 days, after the first time using it. Me personally, I was on Immunocal for 21 days, or I was on Immunocal for 5 days for 2 pouches a day. And that's when I started feeling it. So the effects of Immunocal will range between different people. You need to share that with them so that they understand this is more about understanding how simple it is to take the most powerful nutrition the world has ever produced, and how enjoyable it is when it's done right, so that they can start seeing what a day, a week, a month, a year would look like when they're on Immunocal and Immunotec products. So as of right now, you can only send 5. Can we grow to 10? I believe so, we can. That's not out of the picture right now, but and that's probably another reason why we need to allow you to send 2 samples if that's what you want to pay for, rather than just 1. But we're learning as we go. Keep those insights to us, and we're going to make sure that this grows to support you fully. Yeah, I agree, Marvel. It's an amazing deal. Amazing deal. But keep those insights coming, keep those feedback coming. Like, we want to know your system in the field, sending 2 and putting them on 5 days. Like, those are important information for us, and we can grow to that. So use what we have today, and we will grow together and make this even better and better for you.
No more questions in the Facebook group.
Right. All right, everybody. Well, I'm going to turn it back to Linda. Linda, again, thank you for coordinating this, planning this, executing this for all of us to learn. I truly enjoyed this, but I'll turn it back to you to land this plane.
Thank you so much, Sharif. Thank you so much for spending this Saturday, this hour with us. So important that we are familiar and understand how to utilize the app. You know, the demand for health and wellness right now, this industry is so big. We are blessed to be in this industry. It's a $3.4 trillion industry. How lucky are we that, and you know, and like I said earlier, in network marketing, this is about 34% of network marketing. It's not cosmetics, it's not pots and pans, it's wellness. And the pandemic only heightened everyone's thought about how important wellness is. So we are lucky and fortunate to be in this industry, to be in this segment of network marketing. This app is just a tool that's going to help us even more. You know, I read a survey that said 47% of people who had never heard of a product and try it are more likely to purchase it at some time in the future. So keep that in mind. You know, as you're going through your day-to-day and working your Immunotec business, just remember that this is an extra way to reach out to people, to share a video, to share a thought, to share a sample. And so I hope that you guys have been able to get some basic information out of this presentation. There are more presentations to come in the next week, and we're going to continue to talk about the app until we've all downloaded it and we're all really comfortable with it. And so don't fear, we're not going anywhere. We will be here by your side to help you through this. But it's so easy, it's so intuitive, and I think that you guys are going to really enjoy it. So thank you for being with us today. Have a powerful, powerful Saturday. Enjoy your weekend. Go out and share. Thank you, everyone. Take care.